Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We are empowering women here in this segment. Joining us this morning, Sergeant Mark Harmon and Lieutenant Alyssa Wilson. Thank you very much for joining us from the Altoona Police Department. And we're talking women's self-defense today, right?
Yes, we are.
And why is this so important at this time, at this moment, that Altoona Police Department wants to step up and have this class tomorrow morning?
So we've been doing this for about 6 or 7 years now, about every 3 or 4 months throughout the year. And we usually do it at night from 6 to 8 for working moms that get home from work, get their children fed and stuff. And we're trying a new time slot tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. just to get for the working mom, the stay-at-home moms, or working moms that work at night, 3 to 11 or overnights, that they come to this class and do that. And basically it's just to teach the ladies a little bit how to defend themselves, raise their self-awareness, and be aware of their surroundings, what's going on in today's world.
Absolutely. So kind of opening it up to a new group of women in the more of a morning time slot. Yes. Which is wonderful. Talk a little bit about the use of force laws that are in our state.
So there's a couple things. One, there's 3 parts that we talk about in the class. One, talk about use of force laws and how it applies to us. And then the second part is PowerPoint presentation to discuss technology and weapons and what kind are out there that you can use for yourself. And then the last part is the hands-on, where you hit a blue bag, and that's very fun and enjoyable for the ladies there. But the use of force laws, basically you have to use reasonable force to defend yourself as reasonable and necessary. And we also talk about the stand your ground law here in Iowa too, and how that applies to you and how you defend yourself in certain situations and things like that.
Alyssa, kind of talk a little bit about the participants that you've seen. I know you've done several of these, and is there a growing interest in that? And then talk a little bit about kind of the importance of learning these skills.
I think it's always important to have these opportunities available for the women out there. I get it. I'm a mom too. I'm a working mom. I can get distracted. Your kiddos are distracting, but I think it's the more and more that the moms are out there with their kiddos and running the errands, going to work, picking up from daycare, that kind of day-to-day activities, being aware of your surroundings, and can kind of get ahead of something suspicious or somebody that's maybe up to no good and wanting to hurt you or your children. So with that, the growing interest is just getting bigger and bigger, and offering this class in the morning kind of gives a different, marketing to a different demographic.
Yeah.
So they can have the opportunity to learn about empowering themselves, both physically and arm them with some knowledge to get out there and protect them and their families.
Yeah, making yourself more accessible to more people, which is wonderful to hear from the Altoona Police Department. I feel like when the unfortunate case of Molly Tibbetts came around, you saw self-defense classes popping up everywhere, and everyone had a heightened sense of awareness. Talk about the importance of, instead of just a huge headline in the news that makes you self-aware, that we always need to be aware of our surroundings and need to continue to take classes like this to make ourselves safe.
So it has grown. Every year we've had at least 20 to 25 participants in every class. There is still room in this class. There's about 10 spots left because we like to have a certain number. And basically it's like the Molly Tibbetts. If you have things in your ears or just not paying attention to cars that are constantly driving by, you're not going to hear or see things. And that's basically one of the things we talk about, is just be aware of what's going on in your surroundings. If you have earbuds in your ear, take one out so you can at least have one ear to listen to the surrounding of what's going on. And just not always keep your head or your eyes on your cell phone and looking down all the time. You have to look up and see the people, see the cars that are in front of you, or people are following you.
As I say, the new
that's
generation.
A good point with the phone,
huge.
and paying that distraction of our phones makes us less aware of what is around us. Talk about maybe college students and how maybe they could benefit from coming and attending this class as well.
Being a college student and being on campus too, and you're working odd hours, you're going to study groups odd hours, classes are held at odd hours, and a lot of times you're walking to and from maybe your dorm or your commons area by yourself. And being aware of these, so that your surroundings, just like we talked about, is more important, I feel, during that time, because a lot of that time is dark, it's not well lit. So we talk about too, talking to your significant other or a friend of where you're going. Like, I'm headed back to my dorm, I'm headed back from my run, or I just made it to this mile marker on my run and I'm headed back, just for that accountability and that systems check. Because if something's off, like usually you're back within 45 minutes or an hour on a run, and your friend's like, well, I haven't heard from her for about an hour and a half, maybe I should send her a text just to make sure. But not only are you concerned about the people, that you're exposed to more people and people are out and about, but also just traffic. If your earbuds are on high and you're looking at your phone switching things and you walk out into traffic, even something like that, people aren't paying attention driving either.
Absolutely. You can't say that enough.
Lots of
Okay,
distractions.
before we get to some of the physical part that we want to showcase this morning on Iowa Live, let's talk about how we can be a part of this class tomorrow morning, because you mentioned there's about 10 spots left.
Yep.
How can we be a part of this?
There's a couple ways. One, through the Altoona Library website.
Okay.
They do have a registration icon that you click on,
Okay.
or you can call them and sign up through them.
Okay.
On our website, the Altoona Police Department Facebook page, you can click on the Altoona on our website and go through the Altoona Library also. It's a like thing, and go through that.
Okay, so altoonalibrary.org sounds like it's the best place to go. You can also have a Facebook page, as you see here, courtesy of Altoona, Iowa Police, if you'd like to learn more, or just give them a call, 515-967-3881. It's one of those classes that could truly save your life, make you more aware, and so graciously offered by our Altoona Police Department once again, but in a new time slot to accommodate more people. Okay, so let's get on our feet here, Mark. And as you said, there's different aspects of the class, but one of that is a little hands-on, because we need to know what we're doing, so that if something should happen, you kind of have that motion and knowledge to react. So let's talk about some of that this morning.
So basically, in this class, this is a basic groundwork, level work for entry-level people that really don't know how to hit and stuff. So we properly teach them and correctly teach them how to deliver a strike or deliver a punch. Now, there are other departments out there that you actually get on red man suits and boxing gloves that are about this big and learn how to box, but this is just a basic. So the first one, you do your elbow strikes, which is close quarters, which, like if you're in the bathroom or in the backseat of a car with somebody that is attacking you, or there's not much room. You just use the last 3 inches of your elbow, because that's the toughest part, the bone of your arm. And basically you're just trying to aim for the chest area up here to kind of knock the wind out of them and deliver the strike there. Now, of course, fighting is always fluid, so we teach aim here, but you might miss high, you might miss low. So basically, if you're close quarters, you just try to aim and just bounce, or not bounce, but hit this part of the bag. And that's how we teach. And then we also yell out too, like get back, stay back, I don't know you. So that way you're creating an audience and people can come and hopefully help you. But technology today, what most people want to do, they just want to film you.
Take a picture.
Yep.
Well, maybe that's enough. Maybe you can use that phone to call 911 to get some attention. But big thing, create attention around yourself and realize that you do have tools on you, as simple as an elbow. Is there another body part that you naturally have on you that you can use?
The other body part is the top of the knee.
Top of the knee.
That's a very hard bone up there, and this is for close quarters too. And basically, you're driving into their stomach and damage their wind again.
Okay.
Of course, if you miss low or miss high, you can do that too.
It works.
And then you just bring it on up. This is like their shoulder.
Yep.
And you bring them into you, and then you just up in there as hard as you can, and this disrupts that airflow, and hopefully it knocks the wind out of them and they fall to the ground.
And you can get away. And again, creating noise, creating a scene, and if you're around, standing around and don't necessarily want to interact, get on that phone and call 911 and get help as immediately as possible. These are the things you're going to learn tomorrow morning, courtesy of Altoona Police Department, happening at the library. Check out the library's website or give them a call once again, and we'll have all those details on our website, weareiowa.com, and also on our Facebook page. Thank you, guys. Always great to see you.
Give it a whirl.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be back talking about great things happening today, but this is happening tomorrow morning. We hope you can attend. Here you go.
Yeah.